G'day guys, Mark from the Hunter's Campfire. Welcome to day 2 of my red deer hunt. At the moment it's about 45 minutes to first light, and unfortunately it's raining and it's a fair bit cooler. Inside the truck here it's not so bad, but out there it's not particularly pleasant, and for whatever reason the red deer aren't roaring this morning. My intention, as last time, was to get out there before first light and slowly move towards the sound. I still want to do that, but there's one important ingredient missing at the moment, and that is the red deer roaring. So I'm just going to stay around the vehicle and try and get a fix on the deer, even if I have to wait to first light and actually visually spot them, because the last thing I want to do is be stumbling around there before first light and bump them. So I'm going to take it easy, sit back here, stay as dry as I can for as long as I can, and then move towards the sound. Or at least try to. Well, there it is, first light. Still no sound of red deer roaring, but at least I've got enough light now to start moving. I'm just going to go in a little way, pull up somewhere and have a listen, and in a few minutes start glassing, and hopefully I'll spot a deer. I'm pretty sure that there's deer on the other face, which is not really good because they're almost behind me. I can't see them clearly, but when I scan the face with the binoculars, there's just some darker shapes. Yep, definitely two hinds behind me, almost 90 degrees. There's actually a fence post there, right there, which would make a very good shooting rest. So we've got deer about, we just don't have any stags roaring yet. I'm really obliged to take something today for the landowner, and if I can't take something for the wall, then I'm going to swap and go for either a cull or a meat animal. So I'm just going to let things settle for a little bit longer and then move forward where I know that a stag's been holding up. He may have gone quiet, but I don't think he's left the area. But then again, it's been 2 weeks, so he could have been shot. So we'll just see how the morning plays out. It's starting to clear up and it's starting to heat up, and I just heard my first roar. It sounds like it's coming from where that really nice 5 is on the other side of the property, and to be honest, I think I'm going to leave him alone. He's probably about the best deer around, and it's worth letting him go. That being said, there's a couple of scrappy little stags up behind me. I'm going to try and take one of those. It's not a great shot at the moment because he's feeding up the hill, so I'm going to wait for him to turn broadside and make my shot. So we'll see how we go. Well, we've made the shot and we've got the deer, and the first thing I did was check the footage, and I realised, guys, that I bumped the camera, so apologies, but you'll see him in a second. There you have it, guys, a Brisbane Valley roughie. Firstly, apologies again for bumping the camera and spoiling the shot, but we got there in the end. What we've got here is a little rough double 3. There's even a snag there. If you were really keen, you'd call him a 3-4, but I think you'd have to be really keen. He's a good one to take. One of the problems that I face up here, and it's not particularly a bad problem, but it's one of the realities, is I do need to take a deer off this block, or deer or two off this block. You know, part of the agreement to get up here is to help control the deer numbers, and I'd love to take a trophy, but if they're not about, I've got to make a different kind of decision. And I decided to leave the double 5 alone and focus on something a little bit, what you might call a cull deer. And I suppose this falls into the category of a cull. Sure, he might have a little bit of potential, but I don't think he's got much. So he's probably a good animal to take. Yep, he's making all sorts of noise because I necked him. He's still bleeding out of the neck, in fact. And as you can see, I shot him just behind me and I've just dragged him down here on the flats. So I'm going to get to work now to break down the meat, get it in the truck, share it around a little bit. And after that, I might go for another walk and see if I can see any more deer, see what's around. I'm pretty sure I heard a dog yipping before, so that'll be worth having a look for as well. So that's it for me. Brisbane Valley Raw 2022. See you again.